So yes, I am the case management developer here at Osprey. I'm here today to talk to you on the importance of staff training for your firm's successes. So probably cover some of what Lawrence has gone through as well today. In terms of my background, I've also come from practice, as has Ben. I worked as a solicitor throughout my training. I mainly worked in residential conveyancing and I qualified into family. So I've done bits of everything and ended up here at Osprey. So my main job is to help develop the workflows. So that's my role here. So let's get into the presentation. So our 2021 roadshows have focused on how you can utilise technology to optimise your firm for success. However, the technology and software solutions that you put in place can only be successfully utilised if the people using it are confident and trained. As Lawrence touched on in the previous presentation, it requires teamwork and collaboration to successfully utilise the tech you implement, and effective training is crucial in that process. Investing in training has many benefits. So employee satisfaction and staff retention. If employees are confident using the software, it enables them to take advantage of the technology to reduce the pressure of their workload, make their daily tasks easier to manage, and that leads to improved job satisfaction. This will ultimately help you to retain your top talent and a great reason for people to join your team. You'll also maximise your return on investment. So with confident users, you'll ensure you're fully utilising your software's capabilities, ensuring you maximise your return on investment. When used effectively, the software will return financial benefits that will help you to reach your goals, whether that's to grow, improve client service, or boost profitability. Reducing risk and staying compliant, a very big topic. Technology helps to standardise tasks and reduce risk. If your staff are trained and confident in using the system, they're more likely to follow processes correctly, helping you to keep your client data safe, reduce your annual premiums, your financial premiums, and your resource burdens. Plus, when everyone is working effectively from the same platform, partners and stakeholders will have better visibility and control over operations and performance. And finally, the big one, client satisfaction. Everything we do is for clients, and the benefits of technology to client service are huge. Clients are more demanding than ever, with their expectations becoming harder and harder to manage. Everyone has come to rely on the availability of digital services, and the law has definitely been slow to catch up with this. So in an age where clients want everything by email, and the thought of an in-person meeting is deemed by most to be an inconvenience, firms have to keep up with technology. And it's not easy, but ensuring you're up to date with your case management software will allow you to provide a modern and digital service and a quicker and more effective turnaround. It gives you the ability to minimize errors and to mitigate risk. So today I'll touch on 6 key tips for implementing effective training that will benefit your team and your bottom line. So clearly communicating goals, objectives, and benefits. So before embarking on implementing a training plan, ensure the goals of the firm are clearly communicated. This helps to align the team to focus on the same objective. When you know what you want to achieve, it's easier to see success, and success helps to motivate for further improvements. Then it's important to clearly communicate the benefits for your team. Any change to the normal processes can be overwhelming for some will resist, but by clearly discussing the benefit of the new processes, software or training can help alleviate those fears and help staff to appreciate how they will directly benefit. Finally, including the team in building out the new training plan to understand what challenges individuals face on a daily basis and what they require the software to do for them to make their workloads easier to manage. A short brainstorming session with small groups according to department and job role will help to uncover the common problems. For example, in conveyancing, they'll want to know about automating specific repetitive tasks, or in family, they'll need to know how to paginate bundles automatically, like Dave showed earlier. So by collaborating on these requirements, tailored plans can be created that will maximise the impact of the training, as well as utilise your firm's time in an effective way. As Lawrence said, it's also important to understand your staff's current user and skill levels. So just like the first point on effective communication being key for high-level goals and objectives, open and honest communication is crucial for individuals to maximise their time and develop their skills. This begins with understanding their current level of knowledge of the software, and it's important to encourage staff to be open and honest about how much they do or don't know about the software. It should be an open opportunity for them to raise any concerns that they may have. Regardless of how long an individual has been at the firm, their level of tech and software skills can still vary. Even with a good basic knowledge of the software, updates are regularly released, which means new and updated features may not have been introduced or used. These discussions will form the basis of a training plan and will highlight where an individual is today, where they need to get to achieve theirs and the firm's goals, and the steps needed to take to get them there. You should also consider the various ways people prefer to learn and ensure that that's reflected in the training programme. This activity across the team can also highlight great pairings that allow for collaboration between people or departments, where they complement each other on their strengths and weaknesses. Someone with many years of experience at the firm may have a better understanding of the processes required and can be paired with a new starter that has more advanced technology understanding. It's also really important to avoid mass training and lengthy training sessions. So as mentioned in the previous point, everyone's training plan will likely look different because of their different levels of skills, their needs, their experience, and their learning preferences. So this is why training your whole firm at the same time can be ineffective. There may be some base level training, so things for new starters, getting them set up, how to open clients, matters, that kind of thing. And that can be implemented as standard, but typically training should be based on the person's role and their area of law. By having small groups of staff, it will become easier to communicate, but importantly, it'll maximise everyone's time, which is always in short supply. It's always the worst thing to have your whole department taken away to a training session, nobody there answering the phone, there's no one working. It's much better to have a smaller set of people. So similarly, to ensure training is manageable, plan a multi-stage training programme that can be flexible around commitments. This will help set realistic targets and goals to ensure the momentum of training is continued. And I'll go into more detail about that next. So setting realistic timeframes. Training, of course, isn't always high on the priority list. There's always going to be a case or a client that becomes more important, and it can seem impossible to set time aside in the busy schedule for training sessions. But what is important is setting clear priorities and realistic timeframes. With the initial goals and objectives laid out and a clear training plan that's tailored to individuals' needs, it's time to set the priorities over a specific but realistic timeframe. Trying to learn an entire system is overwhelming and quite frankly impossible, and it's impossible to know where to start. So by using a training plan based on current skills and requirements, you can set the priorities for the most pressing challenges. And as mentioned earlier, avoid booking several hour-long sessions because smaller and more realistic goals are easier to achieve and therefore momentum is easier to maintain. Allocating non-negotiable short training sessions in your calendar well in advance and dedicate that time to that activity, as you would do a meeting or a hearing. So moving on to talking about collaboration and how that can aid success. So setting out and communicating top-level goals and objectives will help to set the foundations for collaboration across the firm and management. It's crucial that management take a key role in inspiring, motivating, and leading the successful implementation in order to achieve return. If management aren't involved in this, staff won't be interested. They won't see a benefit. Collaboration between employees and teams is also encouraged, as mentioned earlier, to bring together opposing strengths and weaknesses in order to aid training and build teamwork. What's also important is to collaborate with your software partner. So by communicating your goals and objectives with your provider, they can suggest key features and best practices to help you reach your goals. A tried and tested method to improve collaboration is to have someone in each team who is an Osprey champion and can be a first port of call for queries, but can also work with the software provider. And that's exactly what Lawrence said about one of his staff members who everyone at the Osprey support team is familiar with. And there's always value to be had in continuous training. So continuous improvements mindset will ensure your firm's always striving for better and continue to adapt and stay flexible to meet your goals. So because technology, software, and the world of law is always changing, it's important to continue to implement training into your firm's strategy. So here, for example, we regularly release updates, improvements, and new features. By scheduling time for training those updates can take advantage, by scheduling time for training, you can take advantage of those updates and they can be implemented in your processes to improve efficiencies, your productivity and your client service ultimately. And the same applies for reviewing your internal processes, as it may be that the software can further enhance and streamline what you're doing. So improving your knowledge and understanding of your software solution will enable you to continue to see a return on investment. And it's worthwhile going back over your previous training plans, having a look at what you saw was an issue, and then seeing whether that's still the case and moving forward like that. So what do we offer at Osprey? So our training services, as an Osprey customer, you've got access to unlimited training included within your license fee. And on top of that, you can earn credits for the training you complete that can be redeemed against professional services for your firm. So you have 24/7 access to our academy for online guides and videos that take you through all the key features, functionality, integrations, and workflows. You can also use the Academy to book online training courses, which are trainer-led for either small groups or individuals. You can book interactive online training courses too, and you can complete those in your own time. We also offer our regular webinars throughout the year and our biannual roadshow, and those give introductions to our latest and most used features so you can see what's available and the best practices for success in your firm. Finally, we also offer bespoke training sessions with one of our trainers. Bespoke sessions can be set up according to the area of law and the staff member's job. So staff in all positions and with any level of tech knowledge can get the training that they need. And if you have any further questions, I'm sure Amy will take us through those in a moment. But for more information on our services or to get started with booking any training, please contact our support team, and the details are up on screen now.